Tom, you come off a couple of impressive meets in the last two that you've been in, and you got the GLVC coming up. So a lot of stuff going on in cross country.
Yeah, it's been a pretty productive last couple of weeks. Like you said, we went to the Roy Griak Invitational. It's the first time we'd been up there as a program, or at least that I'm aware of. And phenomenal course, phenomenal meet. In the Division II men's race alone, there were approximately 400 runners. And so there was also a Division I race, Division III race, and then there was also high school meets going on. So as far as the number of cross-country runners that were there that day at the University of Minnesota, biggest meet that I've ever been to. So it was a great atmosphere, good opportunity for our kids to run. For our first years, that was the first time they ran a 6-kilometer race for the girls, and first time the guys ran an 8K race. And so it was a good learning experience for them. Very challenging course, but we went into that meet just with the intention of being conservative and learning the distance and learning how to race that distance. And but was really pleased with the way we came out that meet. And then after that we took a week off, then went to Missouri S&T for the Jackling Jocks Invitational, which is a meet we go to every year. It's a great meet. It's a great course. The folks over at Missouri S&T do a great job putting that meet on, and the number of teams is quite a bit smaller than what we saw at Roy Griak, but it really changes the emphasis from running as an individual as we saw at Griak to putting more as a team emphasis, because there are few runners, therefore the impact each person has is greater. Yeah. And so there were 6 teams in that race. Our women's team placed 3rd overall, which was great to see. We beat Drury and Missouri S&T, which were the only other GLVC schools that were there, and also bested Lincoln on the women's side. On the men's side, we were, of the 5 teams competing, we were 5th overall. So team-wise, didn't have the outcome that we would have liked, but we're a young team, and only one senior in that group. The rest are freshmen and sophomores, and so what we're looking out of those guys is a little bit different. It's much more an emphasis on development, and what we saw is a lot of these guys running lifetime bests. Were guys that were freshmen last year came back as sophomores, dropped significant amount of time on that course, and so it's a really good comparison to see where we're going training-wise. Sure. A good reminder that we're doing the right things. With that meet specifically, and this leads into the conference meets, I think something that I'm most pleased with on our women's side is that our split between our first runner and our 5th runner, that's a really important statistic in cross country, and it was about 30 seconds. So we put 5 girls from 19 flat to about 19:30, and then our number 6 girl was at about 20 flat. And so for those ladies, a lot of lifetime PRs, cross-country 5Ks, but more importantly, things really clicked for them as far as packing up and running as a team. And so, again, learning to race and learning, not just racing for yourself, but learning to race as a unit. And so, that's something we took away from that going into the conference meet. Feeling really confident about that.
I have been wanting to ask you this for years as we've sat here at this time of the season. Where does the name Jackling Jocks come from?
Honestly, I have no idea.
Okay.
I don't know if it's a sponsor or if it's just a.
I thought it had something to do with something on campus. One of their buildings is Jackling, or I don't know. But I'm always curious about this stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we go to a lot of meets throughout the year, and each one seems to have some sort of funky name attached to it, and sometimes it's just a sporting goods store in town, or so I want to say it's a sporting goods store, but honestly, I couldn't tell you.
GLVC, it's the big one for you guys, and how are you feeling going into that?
We feel really good. Like I said, coming off for the women, especially coming off that victory we had at the Missouri S&T, it was a big confidence builder. I think our girls are at a point where they really took a big step forward as a program. But just as we talked about with them is, doing well at Jackling Jocks is one thing, and you got to do it again when it counts. And so the thing about the Great Lakes Valley Conference is it is incredibly deep. And so, really, even running as well as we do, I think we can finish anywhere from 6th place to 11th place. And there's just so many teams right there that, when it comes down to it, every spot really will make a difference. And that's something we've really harped on a lot this year is that, every spot makes a difference, every spot counts. And so, our goal is to just place higher than we ever have as a team
Right.
in this conference before, and we're looking to be certainly in the top half. But we know that just because we beat Drury and S&T last week doesn't mean that it's a guarantee. So, on the men's side, all year they've been led by a really talented young man named Chris Wood from Staley High School, which is right here in town, and he has really come on along well as an 8K runner. And it was a little more challenging for guys because they run the 5K in high school, which is a 3-mile race, and then they go up to the 8K, which is a 5-mile race. And so that's a big difference.
It is a big jump.
So it takes a lot of time to learn and a lot of time to develop, and the training is different because now we're focusing on that. And for those guys, should we move on to the regional meet and eventually qualify for the national meet? It's a 10-kilometer race, so now you added another 1.2 miles, and so it's a big jump from guys from high school to college. But from what I've seen out of him and our other youngsters, and we're developing them the right way, and it's just a process. And I'm excited to see how we do on the men's side too.
Where and when is the GLVC?
This meet will be hosted by the University of Wisconsin Parkside in Kenosha, Wisconsin. They have one of the finest cross-country courses in the nation. It's hosted several NAI championships as well as I think some Division II regional meets, and may have hosted a Division II national championships. I'm not certain for that, but it's a great course, very scenic in the woods, lots of trails, but a great atmosphere for cross-country.